Digital marketing is in the midst of another evolution with the eruption of artificial intelligence. AI offers time-saving tools not just for search, but for content creation and marketing planning. In this video, you will discover strategies on how to adapt and adopt in this AI-driven world. Hi, I'm Giselle Aguiar, and I recently celebrated 30 years of digital marketing. Yes, I started in 1995, and that's a flashback picture of me from way back then. It was before the internet was a household word. I remember when both Google and Yahoo were born as ways to index websites so people could easily find information. My job back then was to create websites and make sure that they were indexed in Google and Yahoo and the bevy of other lists and directories that existed back then. The objective was to be found when a World Wide Web surfer was looking for what a business had to offer. Then came the evolution of social media. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and Twitter, X. We all had to adapt and adopt and re-strategize. That's why I started my business over 13 years ago. I saw a need to show small business owners how to effectively promote their businesses in this newfangled media. So this was the old strategic recipe for success. You had to become a content magnet, then share that content on social media to build relationships and gain a following. That was the formula. Content with social media, and that gave you SEO or search engine optimization and traffic to your website. And then your website had to be set up to capture leads. You want to convert a visitor into a lead with an enticing offer or call to action, and then have them in some sort of email automation system to nurture them into a sale. Without content and social media, you won't get the traffic to your website. And without traffic to your website, you won't get those conversions. Whether it's sales on an e-commerce site, getting the phone to ring, or lead generation. The purpose of all your marketing efforts is to get conversions. Conversions are still your goal. That hasn't changed. What has changed is how your potential customer is going to find you. So here are the steps to the effective marketing, which they really haven't changed. They've just been tweaked a little bit. But if you try to skip any of these steps, you're going to come up short. You're going to waste your time, effort, and money and not accomplish what you need to do. Clearly define your target market, and you can have more than one. Research, learn as much as you can about your target, and here's where AI can help. Set SMART goals of what specifically you want to accomplish. Develop strategic and tactical plans. The strategy is how you're going to reach those goals, and the tactical plan is how you're going to implement the strategy. Then set up, brand, optimize your website for AI SEO. So make it easy for them to cite your content. Learn how to properly use these new time-saving tools. Create content, write blog posts, record videos or podcasts, all optimized for the large language models, the LLMs. Implement, engage, build a following by sharing, not selling. Just do it. Get your content out there strategically. Get your email marketing automation going to entice those sales. Monitor and measure monthly. Check your analytics and insights to see what's working and not working and adjust your strategic and tactical plans accordingly. Now you've got your AI evolution. I mentioned LLMs. They are called large language models. Google is still very much in the game. Their AI is called Gemini. And on the Google mobile app, you can tap on the beaker icon and you can turn on AI overviews. On desktop, you can turn on the AI mode, which is technically a research assistant rather than a search engine. And if you don't like Google, then you can go over to Bing and try Microsoft's Copilot, which uses the popular ChatGPT. So popular, 77% of Americans use ChatGPT as a search engine, and it's nearing 700 million weekly active users. And there are more. There's Grok and Perplexity, Claude, Notebook LM, and there's more. So how is AI different from Google search? Well, ranking on an AI platform is different than ranking on Google search. 87% are question-based searches. 13.7 billion people are using AI tools for search. 50% for information, 34% for navigation, 14.8%, almost 15% for conversion. That means they're looking to buy, and just under 1% for a transaction. That means they're ready to buy. Okay, so basically the AI tools are for research, information, navigation, looking for something. Okay, and so people are just looking for information, learning as much as they can before they're ready to buy, which means you really need to know your audience. Okay, if your target customer has a question, a problem, or pain point, they're now more than likely going to ask your favorite AI search tool. The question is, which tools? Where are they searching? What are they asking? How do I know when they're ready to make a decision? How do you get your content cited in the AI search results? Well, it's now context. So content used to be king, but it's been demoted to queen. Context is king these days. So, what is context? Context, as defined by the dictionary, is the circumstances that form the setting for an event, statement, or idea in terms of which it can be fully understood and assessed. And the parts of something written or spoken that immediately precede or follow a word or passage and clarifying its meaning. Oh, in other words, it's not about ranking, but becoming the source the AI tools can trust to summarize the buying journey. So it's a whole new strategy. So, what do you do? Semantic positioning. What is semantics? It is the branch of linguistics and logic concerned with meaning. Does the content make sense? Does it answer the question? Then what's important is brand memory recognition. So the more your content comes up in relation to both your business and personal brands, searchers will recognize it elsewhere. Then frequently asked questions. Get those FAQs on your website. They're great. And the great thing is you have them, but they may have to be reformatted correctly with what's called schema markup. Now, that's simply just some back-end code that makes your content easier for the AI bots to understand. And then you need to take an empathetic position. I always say put yourself in your target market's shoes. Now more than ever, you need not to just think like them, but feel what they feel. And you still need to be a content magnet, but for the AI bots. So before I used to tell people, write for the human reader with the search engine in mind, but now it's right for the human reader with the AI search bot in mind. And that brings us to EAT. Okay, now more than ever, EAT is crucial. EEAT. What does it stand for? First is experience. And this is something AI can't provide. This is your personal experience on a subject. Expertise. Does the content showcase your expertise and high level of knowledge or skill? Then authority. Is this a topic that is often covered on this website? Are you the go-to person on this subject? And finally, trustworthiness. Is the information provided correct? Can you trust it? Are you legit or a fly-by-night operation? You don't want to sound fake. And remember this, it's very, very important. It's what Google and the AI bots look for. It's all about building trust and credibility. It's paramount to being cited in the AI search tools. So let's review the strategic recipe for success. You want to become a trustworthy content magnet for the robots. Then strategically share that content on social media where your posts can be found and cited by the AI search bots. And that will eventually lead the traffic to your website where it still should be set up to capture leads with those calls to action all over the place, then have them in some sort of email automation system. Without strategic content and strategic social media posts, the AI bots won't find you and neither will your potential customers. Are you overwhelmed? Of course you are. There's so many tools. Which ones should you use? What do I use for what? Well, your next step is to click on the book a free 15-minute Zoom strategy session link in the description of this video or in this post, wherever you're seeing this on my website. Schedule a free 15-minute Zoom consultation, or I should say a strategy session, and we can review your business and your goals. Thanks for watching. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when new videos are uploaded. And believe me, I'm going to be doing lots of new videos. Talk to you soon. Have a blessed day.